His professional record an outstanding 21 victories with only 1 defeat, 14 wins by knockout. Originally from Belarus, he now lives and fights out of Scottsdale, Arizona. Ladies and gentlemen, here is Siarhei Liakhovich. His professional record, 25 victories with only 1 defeat, 18 big wins by knockout. From Hot Springs, Arkansas, he is currently rated number 8 by the IBF. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Dominick, the Southern Disaster Guinn.
Number 1, I want you to obey my commands. But number 2, most importantly, defend yourselves at all times. Now shake hands and come out at the bell.
Third man inside tonight for Liakhovich and Guinn. A look at the ring experience between these two. Very close numbers. Dominick Guinn, 11 first-round knockouts in his career. 5 of those came in his first 6 fights against lesser competition.
Move those hands. He has the 3-time U.S. National Amateur Champ, 320 bouts with Guinn. He has power, physical gift, has had problems, and specific.
Right. Guinn.
Joe, sometimes being that Guinn is not always busy enough, it would make sense if you was not to stand in front of him, not to give him the chance to set his feet and get off. Give him a little bit of movement, but so come at him. We'll see if that serves him.
Left uppercut on the inside that time by Dominick Guinn. Teddy, Siarhei Liakhovich, as we have seen him in the past, this past March in his most recent fight, that was a 6-round decision win.
Well, not a lot of activity lately. He was in the ring last time. You can get heavy.
Working behind the jab now.
Talked about outs. 1996 Olympic representative.
Goes downstairs. Liakhovich returns fire.
Back him up with the jab.
That he knows that he will not get
inside with Liakhovich. Put his hands behind Liakhovich. Did not work. That is
through 1. Speed bump against Monty Barrett last March. Joe Tessitore, our host and guest analyst tonight. Look at the punches in round number.
Tremendously. In his next match, he stepped up. The gain of do not want him to be in. And he has a good corner, Guinn. Head trainer
Ronnie and Mark alongside him. He described them as look, and then he said, no, we'll make that 2 older uncles.
To out-hustle him, to score, to grab loss to Monty Barrett. He allowed Barrett to grab round. He's got to learn if he's not going to be working, at least don't allow his opponent to work. Don't lay there and just block and allow your opponent those opportunities. Get out of range for your opponent. He's not either.
Liakhovich to the body and then lands cleanly with an upper. And confidence in the second half of this second round.
The other is Guinn decides to just block. See right here, getting it done while Guinn is covering up and making.
Second round, Liakhovich had a 14-6 of 34. I guess the good lead right hand to the body numerous times so far. Power punch advantage Liakhovich had in the second round. Here's the total.
Kinks in the arm of Guinn, we talked about. But one of the other ones is sometimes watch him as he finishes up. That can be dangerous. Right there, you can see
leg.
That last foot of travel for Guinn as he's coming forward can be a dangerous foot. Can be a really dangerous. Quick on his feet, likes to be set to punch, methodical. Stepping out of range every once in a while, then doing that. Stepping back here and maybe pull ahead in early parts of this fight. Something that simple, that subtle, can give you an edge.
And now a body shot of his own from Liakhovich through 3 rounds.
We talked about Guinn being set to punch. Well, he tried to set a big Liakhovich on the top of the head with the left hook.
Round number, that's good for 71%. Many of that work was to the body. An early look at Teddy Atlas's scorecard. Pretty round, and then they reversed course in the second and third round, going Liakhovich.
The danger spots for Guinn. standing in front, just covering up. He'll use his legs and give you different angles and dimensions. That's a spot where he could get kind of a shot that Guinn will be looking for. And that's not... You saw Liakhovich step out, and then he came straight in again. Not a bad idea every once in a while not to come in the front door, Joe. That time doesn't allow Guinn to work, gets him a little off balance, but when he steps in, he's got to be careful that he doesn't once in a while the front door and come a little bit off the side door.
He was asking him to see the end. It's lucky he's seen a... Now working with the jab, Guinn. That range on the outside as the pace has slowed here in the final minute of this fourth round.
And would very well could be stealing those rounds.
Feel so glad he's with us. You're watching Sir Dominick Guinn in the black trunks with red trim. There's a good left hand landing flush from Guinn. Liakhovich, who stepped up the pace in the second, third, and fourth round, out to a 56-44 advantage. And the pace picked up here now in round number 5. There's the
far away, and you can get nailed with a counter. What's the dog this through?
How do you see it between Guinn and Liakhovich?
Well, it's a good fight for the fight that's not his fight.
We'll hear through the entire evening of Guinn's preparation for this fight. We're about with Larry Donald. There's that left hand to the body.
First, getting Guinn to raise that arm a little bit, and once in a while, Guinn will make the mistake while leaving a hole downstairs.
A fight that will determine Liakhovich and Dominick Guinn still to come in our main event. A very important fight for two featherweights and a number 1 mandatory position on the line. Rocky Juarez and Guidi Espadas, the former champ. Jeremy Shep out here at Bally's. In that 5th round connects the high totals for his fight.
Where the rounds have been so close, on a tendency, hands behind each other, or just lay there. Whoever does not sign onto that contract, onto that silent agreement, will lose him.
See the power punches in round 5. He scored the round 10-9. Did. It would have been a draw. This
something that a great former champion understands. He was in that position. But almost right now, whoever makes that choice on the inside with these two fighters, they might get words. What you're saying, Joe, is that Guinn needs to be so important. Forget about technique. Forget about physical gifts that God or your parents gave you. Your temperament is what
the game with that quote of unleashing the demons, but he's got to prove it. He'll have 4 more rounds to do it. He landed 9 of 41. His low totals. There's the punches through 6 rounds.
Maybe just an added dimension that Liakhovich has shown and Guinn hasn't once in a while. Step out.
I heard you say to Dominick,
you're fighting with him all the time. His temper, believe, maybe lacking confidence.
What it is, I mean, I don't know. You know, in the gym, sometimes in the gym we have to back in the next round, throw 4-punch combination. I think he could have knocked this guy out.
Minutes ago here in round number 7. What a big spot, Teddy, for Dominick Guinn. This is a guy that, as of a year ago, everybody was so impressed with. He showed the moments. And
there's a wrinkle, there's a flaw in Liakhovich. It's when he comes in after he goes out. And Guinn timed it with a good right hand on top of the head. But as you can see here, Liakhovich fell inside. And we know what he wanted. And now he
cut, grabs the judge's attention to close out the 7th round. Against Sergey Liakhovich. Punches in round 7, Liakhovich, but Liakhovich, strong power connects. Teddy Atlas.
This decides to use a jab, and it's been used sparse steal moments on the outside.
A look at Ronnie Shields. And
why the heck did you hold on to him? We've talked about the terrific Connie Adams. Been with many world champions. But this big fight. Right now, the fight is still dead, Joe, and talking about all the different types of this matchup. I think Guinn can survive them. Liakhovich, and it might still come down to this. I don't know if he can survive him. And he lands a big right hand there on Guinn, but Guinn shows the chin to survive.
Showcase of boxing, and it all gets started with a strong January. Brian Kenny has a look ahead.
Division and a terrific matchup with the hard punching, the ability to box a little bit more.
In these last 2 rounds, stats look pretty even. Liakhovich has come there. Liakhovich rounds, he holds an edge in power shots.
If he throws it from too far, when I watch Guinn, you know what I think about?
Oh, Teddy.
All right, well,
leave that to the wife.
Okay, your wife does the baking. She bakes cakes?
She does.
All right, I look at, really, you look at it and you say, wow, that's a great, and I'm sure the people right now with Guinn are asking that missing. Further than that, they can carry this fight for both fighters. Who uses the jab on the inside? Whoever punches, we'll watch right here. Punches, right there, inside with a jab. That time, Liakhovich are going to look now to time each other.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, the frustration mounting. The corner of Dominick. He was the hot prospect just a year ago. The guy who most of the experts felt.
This round can be the telling.
I think that's pretty even. 107 to 86. Go Guinn's way. Regardless, not the night Dominick Guinn was looking for.
Wanted to come back, and 10 months ago before his loss to Monty Barry went into the throne with the old timers. He wanted to erase that book. It's going to take over for the old Lions. So far, not the case. And with this valuable round up for grabs, just look for both guys to do that. Look
Big
to time
exchange.
each other coming in. That's where it is. And on the inside, who punches? Right now, it's Liakhovich. For Liakhovich all night long for 1 second.
When asked why, he'll tell you because he's a stiff. Well, he's fought fairly the fight tonight,
Well,
Teddy.
if he needed this round to decision to punch on the inside, that was for the kind of fighter that always made the choice. Well, the choice is going to be up to the judges in a few minutes.
28-year-old Siarhei Liakhovich with a strong effort to finish up.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of tough heavyweight action, we go to the scorecards. We have a unanimous decision. Judge Stephen Weisfeld scored this bout 96-94. Judge Lynne Carter scores it 97-93. And Judge Eugene Grant scored the bout 96-94. All for the winner by unanimous decision, Siarhei Liakhovich.
Boy, is he excited.
You know, I do my best. You know, I box, I punch. So I think I won this fight.